I don't believe I just did that.
It's working. Back up, boy. Get way back.
Not one great team today, but two great teams, the QND boys in baseball, the QND girls in softball. Let's hear it. Besides the accolades, the honors that have been given to each young lady and young man that has been participants in this tournament, there are four major reasons why this is such a special occasion to have two teams in the Final Four of the state of Illinois. I can't think of a better way for number one to Quincy, Illinois is the All-America City, I can't think of a better way than to have these outstanding individuals represent our city when they go to Springfield and Pekin. They certainly have done us proud, to say the least. The second reason why it's so special, and I can't think of a more appropriate time, and he will be speaking a little bit later, but what a fine way to introduce our new mayor of Quincy, Mr. Vern Haystrom, to what Quincy, Notre Dame is all about. Mayor Haystrom. And the final two reasons, and to a certain extent, certainly not happy ones, but I look upon the finish of the girls' softball and boys' baseball as a special thank you to Sister Joan, the principal of Quincy, Notre Dame, for her 6 years of service to our school, and a thank you to Mr. Rob Winstead, after one of the finest coaching careers in the state of Illinois in 3 sports. At this time, I would like to call forward to the podium the principal for Quincy, Notre Dame, a fine administrator, a good friend, Sister Joan.
Thank you. And welcome, and it's so good to see all of you again. It's been lots of happy times like this. I've had this opportunity in the past 6 years. I can remember the first time and how exciting it was for all of the students and all the parents at that time. I think it's just as exciting right now for all of us, parents, students, and all of us at school. All of you students can certainly be very proud of yourselves and for your accomplishments, for the good job that you've done, for the teamwork and the cooperation that you've shown to your coaches. And I'd like to thank all of you for that, for showing the real rate of pride that you do have, and for showing that cooperation and the team spirit. I know that some of you have looked forward to going to state competitions for 4 years. You've accomplished that. I hope you had fun doing that, and so you have. Some of you, since you're not seniors or graduates, will have the opportunity, and I'm sure we'll look forward and have that incentive for next year. So I wish those of you who will be competing next year good luck in that. I also want to congratulate the coaches and thank them for their outstanding work and dedication during this season. You've done another fine and outstanding job, and we certainly appreciate the dedication that you do show. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of you parents and friends, lots of friends too, for all of the support that you have shown for the softball and the baseball teams. Also for all the support and the encouragement that you have shown for all of us here at Quincy, Notre Dame. It's a real joy to work with you, to have worked with you for these past 6 years, and I wish you the best in the future. Thank you.
A few weeks ago, Quincy, Notre Dame, the athletic director, Notre, won an award as one of the top 4 outstanding athletic directors in the state of Illinois. His organizational skills, his sensitivity to our athletes, and for all students at QND, are evident to every single person out here today. At this time, I'd like to introduce Notre. I want to welcome home to baseball and softball also. Mr. Heilman talked about that award, and when I received that award up in St. Charles, I told them at that time that I'm the one in charge of the athletic program, so to speak, but it's the student athletes, the coaching staff, the parents, our supporters, and the whole community that I share that award with. We had a Greater Midwestern meeting today, and they saw us making signs in here, and one of the ADs, or the AD from Macomb said, God, I would like to just have one team make it to state. In some school, we get spoiled with all the fine athletes we have and everything, but Macomb's still waiting to send a team to state, and it's been a thrill. It was a little tough the way the state scheduled it this year to try to be in Beacon and at Springfield at the same time, but I was able to see a game at each place. And I think my sign over there is primarily for a few of the senior girls. We are proud of you, Lulu. They probably heard me say that about 100 times. But we are proud of all athletes and our coaching staff. And one thing that I think we neglect a lot of times to say, Coach Lemon and Coach Fetter, our assistant coaches, have driven the bus probably thousands of miles this spring all over the state of Illinois and got our student athletes there safely. They've organized meals and state tournaments, and they're the people behind the scenes that make the machine run smoothly. So my hat's off to our whole coaching staff, and especially Ms. Fetter and Coach Lemon for the job they've done. Thank you. Although certainly not a stranger to Quincy by no means, but a great way to introduce him to Quincy Notre Dame and its tradition. Let's give a warm Quincy Notre Dame welcome to our new mayor, Mayor Vern Nation.
People, you sure know how to make a mayor feel good. For 5 years, we've been going there, and every year, one or the other comes back, a champion. And I said, well, this year I'm finally mayor. I'll never get a chance to get up there and welcome you like the other ones did. But you came back winners, and both of you did, and you gave new meaning to the slogan, twice as nice. Quincy is really proud of you. I speak as your mayor, and I know I speak for everyone. You've been our ambassador. You've done yourself proud. And I look forward to next year to getting up here and doing this all over again. Thank you very much.
The QND Athletic Booster Club spends untold amount of hours working for our athletes in all sports here at QND. The 1985-86 school year president of the Athletic Booster Club is a graduate, former skating football player, none other than Jeff Chrishouse.
On behalf of the club, I'd like to congratulate the boys and girls on the fine job at state. Myself, I never got to go to state, so I don't know what you guys are feeling right now. But I'm just going to keep this sweet and short, and congratulations to both of you.
At this time, I'd like to bring forth the president of this coming year's student council, John Barlow.
I'd just like to say congratulations to both teams. I read recently in this one of Chicago papers, I thought you could follow up both of their writing down. They said that Quincy was a small town, Notre Dame was a small school. I don't think they know what they're talking about because these people have been there so many times, they obviously have to know who we are by now. I think we really need to be proud of what the school has done. 2 teams in state most people can't do, and as many coaches in the school as one. I mean, no other school, I don't think any school around here can be as good as, I mean, as good as everybody's done here. I mean, it's great, okay? I just want to say that I just think everybody here is real proud of you. That's all.
At 8:30 this morning, under the direction of Dr. Dwayne Preston, about 15 or 16 young people got up early this morning and made all these beautiful signs. And I think it's those people that were out here so early this morning and Dr. Preston, I think, deserve a round of applause. There are many people behind the scenes, many people that do not receive the accolades that they should. One of these people is a gentleman who has spent numerous hours helping the teams, doing a lot of different things that are needed to make, as Mr. Notre said, the machine run very smoothly. At this time, I would like to call forth Tom McLaughlin to not only say some words concerning the 2 teams in the Final Four, but also to present 2 certificates. Tom McLaughlin.
Thank you, Ray. It's been about 2 or 3 years since I've had the opportunity to speak at one of these functions. That's how long it's been since I've been president of the Booster Club, so it's a special honor for me to get an opportunity to be here when not only one of our teams comes home, but 2 as champions. And it's an extreme honor to be here, to be able to present these awards this evening. I just want to say congratulations, girls. It was an extreme pleasure to be a part of all that you accomplished throughout the year, and especially the last 3 days in Beacon. You always made me feel a part of the team, and I appreciate that. And to you guys, I had an opportunity to work with you a few times, some as an umpire. Coach Winstead did let me coach you one day in practice here a week ago in preparation, and I'm sorry I didn't get over to see you in Springfield, but my heart was with you, and I want you to know that we were constantly trying to find out how you were doing. So we were thinking about you over there, as well as thinking about what we were trying to accomplish in Beacon. I am here this evening, the reason that I am up here speaking is because we have an award that the Quincy Notre Dame Athletic Booster Club started a year ago. This is the 2nd year of the award, and it's called our Quincy Notre Dame Athletic Booster Club Athletic Award. We present this to the outstanding female and male athletes each month. They are nominated by their coaches, and then we have a committee of people who get together, review the accomplishments, and then I have had the great pleasure of presenting this award each month, usually before school starts or during the first hour. But because school is over and the winners in the month of May were both seniors, we haven't had the opportunity yet to honor them. So Ray and Harmon kindly consented to allowing this evening. So let me introduce those people to you at this time. Our female athlete of the month is a senior softball player. She had an on-base percentage of .448, a batting average of .306, and her coach has quoted as saying was the biggest surprise when he put her in as his designated hitter, and she came through like a true champion. Please join me in honoring Miss Casey Davis. The male athlete of the month is a senior baseball player. He was 6-4 as a pitcher with a 2.35 earned run average. And he also was very instrumental in his solid play at second base. His hitting led the team. It is my honor to introduce to you the male athlete of the month of May, Mr. Eric Zenger. Quickly closing, I just want to say, once again, thank you girls, thank you men, but especially thanks to these two fellows that led them to where they got, because those two gentlemen have been great friends. To Coach Starkey, I look forward to continuing to work with you through the coming years and the continued success. And finally, to Coach Winstead, who I've become friends with over the last 2 years and his stay here. I'm very proud to have known you. I respect what you have done. The impact that you have had, not only on the students, but on the faculty, and all the people of the city of Quincy, and what you achieved here at Quincy, Notre, not only on the football field, the baseball diamond, but also in the classroom and as a counselor, will long be remembered and never forgotten. It's been nice knowing you, and I hope we see each other every now and then, since you're only 70 miles away. But good luck to you in your retirement. Thank you.
Chilly to take all my lines. But this time, again, it's tough to say goodbye to a person who has meant so much for our school and things he's accomplished in 2 short years. But at this time, I'd like to introduce a man who has just done a fantastic job in all areas of the school. Let's greet and let's thank Mr. Bob Winstead.
Mr. Mayor and other guests, parents, fans, athletes, administration, other dignitaries, I thank you for our baseball team and for what these gentlemen achieved this spring. I'd also like to make special note of the girls program. We knew that they would be in the Final Four even before the tournament started because they're one of the tops in the state. We had to work hard. We never thought, as Donnie Krim asked me probably half a dozen times in the last 3 weeks, did you ever think you'd get as far as you have? Each step, we won the regional. That was a mild upset, truthfully. We got into the sectional, we won the sectional. That was especially gratifying. But then the big one came when you're up against the top 7 other teams in the state, and at any given time, the game can change, and you can walk away a loser, or if you do your job, you're a winner. And I was exceedingly proud of these young men with what they did in Springfield this week. We weren't the best in the state. Last night we saw one of the finest high school pitchers I have seen in my many years of coaching. He was drafted 4th in the Major League draft yesterday in the 4th round. He was in the 4th round ahead of hundreds of college players. He was that good. There was no way anybody was going to beat him in this tournament. You give him one run. I don't know if he's read his stats. I know they're in the local paper, but the kid was phenomenal. So we felt very good about being in that Final Four. And Coach Lemon was a great bit of help to me this year. Did a super job. We talked about it yesterday. Probably we were number 2 in the state. We watched Litchfield play last night, and we can beat Litchfield, and they played for the championship against Braidwood High School from up near Joliet. And the other team was El Dorado. Litchfield beat them. So when you look at our ball team over here on my left, they're possibly the second best team in the state. That's quite a thing. I've coached a lot of baseball teams down through about 18 or 20 years, and I told the boys after we lost yesterday that I had one other great team back quite a few years ago, and the Jacksonville High School baseball coach was the backbone of that team. But I said yesterday after we played that the nod of all the teams I've coached down through the years, this is number 1, the best team I've been coaching. So I'm very proud of them. I'd like my 8 seniors to stand first. You stand, gentlemen. Give them a hand, please. Thank you. They're going on to new things in life now. Their high school days are done. Some of them will play some more baseball, some will probably not play organized baseball. It's up to them. They certainly have the ability to play on some level, whether it's small college or a higher level than that. And I certainly wish them well. I'd like next my 5 juniors and 2 freshmen stand, please. My very capable assistant, Lonnie Lemon. Most of the accolades for this team you can find in the newspaper because they've done so much. We had a tremendous game over there in the state tournament. A 3-1 victory over a team that had only lost 3 times to Freeport, Belvedere, and I guess Rockford. So we beat a very good team over there, and we played one of the best ball games we've played all year. Our next game that we did lose 7-4 to the state champs, Braidwood High School. I thought we made mistakes, and it hurt us, but it didn't beat us, because they were such a tremendous team that we knew at any time we would get ahead, we were going to see Mr. Everything come in, and it would have been tough from then on. He did come in, and a few of the boys that had to face him can tell you it was an experience. Throwing the baseball right about 90 miles an hour. That's pretty tough, Sam. I wouldn't have wanted to do it in my day, so I felt a little sorry for them at times. So, we've had a great year, and my last season at Notre Dame High School has been a great experience for me here. This school is unique that it combines academics and athletics. Because I've taught in 6 or 8 schools, and I can tell you some of them do not get the job done because they overemphasize one way or the other. And we have a perfect balance here. We have great athletes who dedicate themselves, both boys and girls, I've never been in a better school for the perseverance and the work that the girls put in. I don't know if there's another in the state that has the dedication and the success of their program. I'd like to make that known at this time. And I think that's why you're always going to see Notre Dame girls at the different state tournaments. The boys programs have been in longer. It's a little bit tougher because the other schools have programs that have been in for 50 or 100 years, and it's tough to get there. But Notre Dame has made themselves known down through the years, so it will continue. So I thank our administration, I thank you fans, coaches, everybody I've worked with, the newspaper. It's been a great experience for me, and I'll never forget Notre Dame. Thank you.
Looking on the left there and seeing Nick Myers, the type of guy that wants to jump up in front of the microphone. I'd like to get each one of the seniors say just a couple of words and dance through. Why don't we start with Nick, since he's the guy that really wants to get up there, okay?
I just want to say thanks to Coach Quincy for all the help and all the coaching he's done for us. He's really done a great coach. And I'd also like to thank all the fans out there for supporting us throughout the whole year. And it's really been great. We really need the support. Thanks a lot. I just want to thank all the other players on the team. We made a lot of fun and they really worked hard. And Coach and Ron said, thanks a lot. I'd like to thank my parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, Charlie, my teams, and all my parents, and especially I thank Coach. And I'd just like good luck to the juniors and freshmen next year, and the girls team next year. And I congratulate the girls on that day. Thank you. I'd like to thank my family, all the parents of the baseball team, and my fans, and rooted for us this year. Special thanks to Coach Quincy for all the dedication, hard work, and give to the QND. Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this year and giving us some support. I thank Coach too. He's a real pusher, and sometimes he got down, but he's a real driver. And I'd like to thank everybody else, my parents, especially. The beginning of the year this year, somebody asked me how good they thought, what I thought we'd be this year. And I said, well, this year we're going to make it out of the regionals inside of Dallas, just sort of last. So I'm just glad we can make it this far, and I'd like to thank all the fans and everybody, my parents, the rest of the players, and especially like to thank Coach Quincy. Mom and Dad, and everybody else, and especially Coach, you got that on you. Thank you.
gentlemen to my left, I learned a lot from them also. I'd like to congratulate the girls for another outstanding season. A couple things have been mentioned. Yeah, I'd like to thank all the parents that came over yesterday and they called us all year, to the moms that washed their uniforms yesterday so they didn't look too bad. Great Camper who helped us all year long, film for us, brought soda yesterday. Down in Trim did a good job for us all year on the paper. It's really nice to have the support that we do. At this time, I'd really like to congratulate, for one, Rusty Ginnebacher, who was an all-attorney selection. And probably even more importantly, when you consider there's between 300 and 400 Class A schools and probably a couple hundred AA schools, we had an all-stater in Aaron Sanger this year. But I guess that's probably it. Thank you very much for coming out. But we were informed yesterday that Coach Bob Winstead has been named the coach of the All-Star team this year. Okay, it's time to turn to the ladies. At this time, I'd like to bring forth a relatively young who get older if the 1-0 games continue, but this time I'd like to bring forth a guy that has been here so many times and probably just deciding as time goes on, we expect to see him here many more times. Coach of what I think is probably the best team in the state of Illinois, and I'm sure you agree, but team that brought home an outstanding trophy again, Mr. Bill Stark.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and also thank you very much to anyone who came speaking and supported us yesterday, the day before, rain, delay, and all. I'd like to congratulate the baseball team on a super season, coaches Winstead and Lemon on a very, very fine season. Unfortunately, Bob is leaving us after this year. He's had a very fine 28, 29 years of coaching, and he's certainly a very class person, and Notre Dame is going to certainly miss him, and I wish him very, very well in his future endeavors. There's probably two things that Bob deserves. One of those you can give him, that's a big hand. The other thing he deserves, on a fine career and great achievements in Notre Dame, I think the man deserves another. An all-state tournament team. Throughout the years, the Raiders have put a lot of players on the all-state team. This year on the all-state tournament team, two seniors, shortstop Peggy Wolf, right fielder Kelly Ward. We went to Pekin with a particular goal in mind. Perhaps we didn't attain that goal, but I don't think we can feel too bad. I did some mathematics and realized in 5 total visits to Pekin. We've played 14 games, and 12 times the Raiders have come out winners in Pekin. The boys will attest to this, and anybody who's ever been to a state tournament will attest to this. When you get down to the final eight, there's an awful lot of good teams there. The Raider girls have been very, very good and very successful. We've had our share of breaks over there. We got a break last night to win third place. Unfortunately, yesterday afternoon, the other guy got the break. But that happens anytime you get two good teams together, and I can't feel bad at all. I'm very happy, and I hope the girls are to obtain third place last night. We lose 8 seniors from this year's squad. And I look back the past 4 years, I want to thank them all for all of the thrills and excitement, and they're going to be sorely missed in our program. I think this coming Saturday night is our sports banquet night. I'm just going to declare that senior night right now. Before I call on Coach Better to say a few words, and the 8 seniors to say a few words, there's one other person here I'd like to acknowledge. He's been a vital part of our program, and I consider him a close friend. I appreciate what he's done for us through the years. And I found out he's leaving us. And that person is Herald League reporter Dennis Mahoney, who's going on to another job in Champaign. Thanks a lot, Dennis. Before I call on them, I'd just like to stand them off and show them off one more time. Would the 8 seniors please stand up? And the juniors and sophomores and freshmen, please. Mr. Hyman called me a relatively young person. When I call on my assistant coach to say a few words, I don't feel too young. I've said this before. I've been coaching 11 years, softball, volleyball, and Coach Better was on that first volleyball. Many years ago. I want to thank her for all she's done the past 2 years in the softball program, and I look forward to many good years ahead with her as our assistant. Captain Better.
I'd like to thank Coach Starkey. First off, it hasn't been that many years ago. I'll let it ride. There are 3 ways, I think, that a team can be considered a championship team. The first way, and it's irregardless of your records, but if you're considered a championship team in the hearts of your fans and your family. And I know the boys have had excellent support, and I know we've had very, very good support. We've got a lot of parents, other family members who come to ball games, and we have a lot of friends in the program. And for anybody to stay in Pekin all day yesterday, in the rain, in the cold weather and everything else, waiting to see us play, that's quite a tribute to those people, and it's quite a tribute to the softball program that has been following us, and we appreciate that very, very much. The second way you can be a championship team is if you win a championship just outright, if you get first place, and that's happened to this team before. And the third way you can be a championship team, I feel, is if you come back from a defeat or a setback, if you're able to come back from a loss and later in the same day regroup and get together and say, we did lose one, we get an opportunity to play one more time, not to close our season on a losing note, and that's kind of a tough job to do. I know if there's anything that Coach Starkey and myself could have said to absorb any of that hurt of a loss, we would have liked to have done it. And I know it hasn't been that long ago that I felt the pain of some of those losses, and they hurt a lot, and they're going to hurt for a long time. I hope these young ladies realize, as I know I do, Coach Sargent, and everybody here tonight, there's nothing to be ashamed of when you come home with a bronze medal. There's nothing to be ashamed of when you come home with a place for the state. One other thing, I got a chance to do last year, I'd like to do the same thing again this year. I get to work with these young ladies in sports, and to the parents, I don't know if you know this or not, and I'm sure you do, but you have some very fine young ladies, and it has been a pleasure for the most part to work with them. But I hope you realize, and I'm not sure if the parents ever get complimented on it, but our young people are very well behaved and go to different places, and I just would like to compliment them and also the parents when they find out with them. Thank you very much.
To speak for both the baseball and softball teams too. A big thank you to Perry and Carlene Geiser for making their trips to Springfield and Beacon so enjoyable. Okay, following the mold of Nick Meyer, I'd like to call forth the seniors, starting out with Julie Doyle.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad and all the other family members that came out to watch our games. And it's been a fun time on and off the field with all these girls. And I'd just like to thank everybody that came out. And next year, I hope they have a good season. And same with the baseball team. And I'd also like to thank Coach Starkey and Coach Better and another thing I'd like to Mr. Olmstead could be a part of Notre Dame, because I think for the boys' sports and football and baseball, he was a good enough to the guys. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my family for supporting me during the year. I'd like to thank our coaches and Federal Transit lines. And especially I'd like to thank my teammates, because without them, the season just wouldn't have been the same, and it was a lot of fun. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the boys in wrestling and calling the baby on Alpha wrestling. And thank all the seniors and Coach Better and Darcy on my team, and David, our senior substitute, and to the I'd just like to thank my parents most of all, and all the Hampton softball players. And I'd like to thank my teammates, because they've been really great most of the time. And I'd like to thank Coach Starkey and Coach Better, and thank all the fans who support us throughout the season. I'd just like to thank everybody again, especially my dad, just a lot of stuff, I guess, with my own death. And I know we all think this place is about 20 years. I'm sure we're going to look about this in about 20 years and say, hey, this is pretty great. I would like to thank everybody, and especially the guys, and wish you guys the best luck this year. You too.
to congratulate us on the season. Thank all our families, especially my parents, and to thank the residents who made because this would have been the same without us. Special thanks to Coach Becker and FedEx for this quality and safety. I'd like to thank the parents for they put up with me through all this stuff like that. I'd like to thank my coaches like I always do. And I'd like to say good luck to the team next year. That's all. I want to congratulate both teams because both did really well. And I want to thank all the parents who came out and supported us all year long. And most of all, I want to thank the team who really made me feel like part of the team. And really made me feel like I belong.
Finally, I'd like to thank the media tonight who have so graciously given us their time all during the year and also come out tonight and give us the recognition and publicity that these young people deserve. At this time, I'd like to have everyone, all members of the baseball team, softball team, stand up and let's use this as a catapult into the next school year. Let's continue again next year and let's be out here in the fall for the same thing. Big thank you to both the softball and the baseball Raiders and all the coaches.
It was a great year. We had a great time.
Hey, turn the power on.
Oh, hey. We had a great time.
I love you all.
Lord, Rich snores.
Hey, Rich does. Rich snores.
Don't sleep with Rich in a hotel. Rich snores. Sorry. I had to sleep with him in Grant City. It's involuntary. That's why. Isn't it terrible?
That's scary.
Do you wear earmuffs? It sounded like a war.
Come on, man. Hey,
That's a kid.
Come on, let's go.
Okay.
This is it, yeah. Let's go. He said,